and then picking.
Yeah.
This double veto system does allow teams with a weaker map pool to get rid of those weak maps straight up and allow you to have the, I guess, strong maps in reserve. So it does cater to those teams.
Yeah, this is an interesting knife strategy, I must say. We've got Eric actually baiting the teams back into CT spawn. And that seems to be working for them.
It was actually because Black Jelly was actually AFK.
Oh,
so Jelly wasn't actually there.
Unintentional then.
Yeah, he delayed for as long as he could to try and keep them away, but...
I think that alias is a bit of a misnomer. I don't think there is such thing as Black Jelly. I mean, there's like, you look at the supermarket, there's like the red and the green, and there's like a yellow
what about,
one.
Yeah.
You know, they make stuff with squid ink. You can get black burgers in America, I believe. Squid ink burgers, so...
Squid ink? Yeah,
I am not putting any jelly in my mouth that's got squid ink.
Yeah, I know, right?
Neither am I. That's... yeah, that would not be pleasant at all.
Does not sound very nice, that's for sure. I believe there is some sort of issue here. There were AFKs and someone lived it, but I believe they're just going to veto anyway. It looks like in chat there.
Actually, Exy did disappear as well. He didn't actually contest knife at all.
Yeah, he was AFK at the top of T stairs.
Crowbar in chat. F4F, netcoders for life.
Yeah, apparently they're also have a crowbar. You'll probably remember this as well. A bit famous for taking some things that aren't theirs as well.
Oh wow, okay.
Ooh.
From the Game Arena ladder days, Ryan. Do you remember that? But
wow.
We'll leave that one as it is. Ryan will remember that.
We've had that happen far too often, especially at the CGPL events as well. You know, so guys, keep your hands to yourselves, please.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, those PCs, they're not yours, boys.
Yeah.
But no, so with this casting, I think the teams are just choosing the maps now, but
yeah.
I mean, it's your stream, guys. I'll let you do the brunt of the casting. I'll just chime in with my quirky little comments here and there.
Yeah, feel
I don't
free
want to
to
take away
jump
the
in,
spotlight from yourselves.
Or you'll just feel free. I mean, if you notice something straight away, I mean, by all means, jump in, say it. We're in that frame of mind. You know, if something happens, we stop immediately, let the person talk. So
yeah, that's right. We'll
I don't know about you guys, but this is only the second time that I've ever casted with 3 people. The time before was down at ACL Melbourne when we were casting the Nationals down there that weekend. We did do a 3-man cast with myself, Jim, and Wooly at the time, who is an analyst. You can see him this weekend down casting or analysing at the ESL Crown event. So that was the first time I'd ever done a 3-way cast. This is the second.
Oh, awesome. Well, we're giving you experience, and so, you know, and also ourselves.
It should be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Looks like they've actually
having a
picked
chat with
Inferno as their first map. So
wow.
They're probably not going to have a map change here.
So it'll be... I'm just trying to work out what the next map will be.
It looks like it's going to be an Inferno Cobble Mirage.
Ah, oh, that's... Inferno. We see Cobble as the second map. That's something I've been wanting to see. It's, you know, I do enjoy a bit of Cobble. It shows a team's weaknesses quite blatantly.
Yeah, that's right. I think if you're a weak team on Cobble, you're going to get rolled. But, I mean, if both teams have picked it, they're happy to play it. They obviously got something up their sleeve, and they believe they can do well on the map, which is nice.
Just having a chat to some of the players at the moment. Apparently there's just some issues at the moment. They don't have the Archon to the server, but I have given it to them. So hopefully they can get this technical issue resolved now. Yeah, I'm all over this.
PK's all over it. See, I was the same the other night. I've got Extreme MC on my friends list, so I asked him to jump in and help out, and thankfully he was there ready to go. So
yeah, big shout out to Extreme MC and Defcon and all the admins. They do a great job.
Yeah.
But hopefully this match can get started quite soon. I think they've got the Archon working now, so it should be quite good. I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic.
So, but PK can get his first taste of CGA.
Oh, it's really exciting.
There's,
Not just that, but also getting the opportunity to cast and talk shit about my friends. This is great.
With no consequences, it's really good.
Yeah.
There'll be consequences after this for me, anyway. Some of them might not talk to me.
Wait till you get into another 10-man, and it'll be like, why am I dying so much? And you realise your team's just baiting you. Your team's like, okay, we're going to go A, guys. Everyone pushes A, PK's out, then where's the other guys at B?
That's alright, it's all in good spirits, but I think it'll be important tonight for the hype guys. I know that they haven't had as much time practicing as they would have liked. I think it'll be important for them to start off quite strongly. Whichever map it is played, I think you said it was Inferno, but regardless of the map, I think it'll be important that they do start off strongly and get some confidence behind them, because some of the online scrims that they have been playing recently, when they have had time, haven't been going as well as they would have liked. So if they can get off to a good start tonight, hopefully that'll get their confidence up, and we can see a good match.
Yeah, we saw them get dominated by Jam Gaming, I believe, and that was somewhat unpleasant to watch. It just became very clear that, Jam had done their homework and Hype hadn't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I would love to see them get off to a strong start. But with that said as well, F4F did say that they haven't practiced either. So perhaps it might be an even footing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, what we could see here is just pure angels, really, coming down to individual ability.
Yeah.
At the end of this, neither team sort of... I mean, I guess Hype will have some set plays that they've worked on. I mean, not too many, but that might work for them and get around where other rounds are just, come down to pure angels, so...
I think for the Hype guys, it's more about the chemistry that they have. I don't think they'll be employing too many set executes so much as just relying on the chemistry from playing with each other for so many more years, or so many years, that is. And just relying on that sort of inherent teamwork that they do have. But they're restarting the match now. But one of the players, EXE or Miss Me More, is also an alias that he does use. For the some who recognise him by that, just dropped out. So hopefully he does rejoin in a sec.
Yeah, he's got no EAC, I believe that was...
Chat rip cheater.
Yeah. Come on, boys. Get your game together. Should know by now you got to have EAC.
EAC can be a pig of a program when it doesn't want to work, though.
Yeah, that's true. Say. It is temperamental, to say the least. But we are going live into the knife now.
Just wanted to say hi to a shout out to Cyanide. I do see him in chat there.
Hey, how you going, Cyanide? Thanks for joining us again, man. Hope you enjoyed the cast. Going live now. Should be good.
I think live for another knife round. I think with some of the technical issues they had last time with some of the AKs and whatnot, I think they've decided to redo it. So that's what we see now, I think.
Okay.
We won't get too excited just yet.
We'll see it. I think it'll be a side. This will be for sides, I think.
I think Eric's doing this baiting thing again.
Yeah.
Perhaps it was intentional. Or perhaps Black Jelly is AFK once again. What is going on?
He's clearly got other priorities to attend to. This room is not at the top. Apparently
just
the playoffs aren't enough. So.
Wow. This is one thing you do sort of get used to in CGA. I mean, not so much with these. Actually, Black Jelly is there. He's just jumping around and spawn. He's got 700 ping.
Oh, that's not good.
So, I mean...
Are they going to play it out? It looks like they will, but I don't know if they'll re-knife after this. I mean, CT's obviously not going to win this. Oh, Black Jelly's back. And he's not lagging. Oh, they actually do win it. How about that?
Wow. Talk about timing there. Managed to come back just in time.
Okay, so it looks like F4F is going to stay on CT side. Obviously, starting on T side for Inferno. First map, best of 3. We've got Cobble and Cache coming up, I believe. Mirage, I'm sorry, is the third map.
Yeah. Hopefully we do see 3 maps. It's it's something I've been wanting to see for a while now. Have these teams go pull to the 3 map. I mean, we nearly saw it in the Fire Up game just then. We nearly saw it go to 3 maps, but Fire Up just showing their experience and pulling out a win, so...
Yeah, they definitely brought it back. I mean, in the dying seconds as well, with fantastic clutches. I mean, that was something to be watched. But this is a new game, 2 new teams, and we'll see how they both perform on this first map, Inferno. Looks like T's are going for a heavy Nana push, but CTs have gambled and stacked the site with 3 players, but the push is on. Bale actually gets the first kill. Martha Stewart picking up Black Jelly, and T's do have control of B bomb site. He's down.
Wow, Ham from Malta just doing work for his team. They're actually picking up 2.
Yeah, he was playing that lurk position in dark, and I don't think any T actually checked that spot. He was able to pick up 2 frags and bring it back for the CT side. And I think they might actually win this round thanks to the lurk of TFM. IG gets the final headshot.
That was a great play. I think it was quite interesting because we saw 3 of the CTs go B at the start of the round. I think just trying to have a bit extra presence there in case the Ts did rush, but it meant that when the Ts did commit to the site, they took out 2 members and thought that the site was clear, given the fact that that's the normal sort of default hold. So that last member, TFM, at the back of the site was able to step out and catch a few of them off guard. Great play by the CTs there.
Yeah, definitely. It's, and those surprise plays, we're seeing it quite a bit at the CGA level, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to mix it up sometimes, and when it works like that, it's great to watch. FM just capitalising off the lurk spot. I don't think the T's will fall for that again. Hopefully, as they have switched up their gameplay towards A. Chunks is at Arch with the MP7, ready for the push, and he is gonna try and spray down, but Martha Stewart trades out immediately. These do have control of jungle though. As Enviro does spot the player in Graves. Martha Stewart lands the headshot with the MP7. Eric though still in pit as the bomb goes down. Wow, but Enviro with a P250, he is deadly. And CT's with the man disadvantage. Black Jelly pushing up from mid with the auto shotty. Is he going to spot Enviro behind pillar? He does, and takes him down with the auto shotty. But he's the last player alive now. And the T's have actually won an eco push into A. I don't think anyone expected that.
That was
massive
phenomenal.
play.
Yeah, that was definitely some phenomenal play there. I mean, getting that early entry, and again, that point of basic trades proving its point there.
Yeah, I mean, Enviro with that P250, he picked up 2 kills, 2 crucial kills as well. Pushing the player out from digs and dragging him, and then getting the pit pick. I mean, he was a key player in that round. He really won it for them.
Interesting to see the fact that this round, though, the CTs have decided to eco. A couple of them have bought some pistols, but normally I guess the common meta is that if you do get ecoed on the second round, you will see teams force buy in the next just to try and reverse that momentum instantly. It's almost, by this point, by them not investing fully, they're almost sacrificing and giving the teaser, helping to build up their economy. So I'm not sure if that's the wisest of plays in this instant, but at this point they are quite separated. There are only 3 CTs at A and 2 at B, so relying on the strength of the pistols to be able to hold the sights more so than strong numbers themselves. But T's quite content to slowly work their way up A. We should see a battle very shortly.
Yeah, T's are going to push straight into jungle here, and IG will be the first player to fall. As the smoke goes down on Arch, so setting up for those rotational players not able to push in. As the T's work their way into this A bomb site, and it is a bit of a slaughter. TFM pushes out a library, but Enviro is ready for him again. And Black Jelly, last player alive for CT, trapped in mid with a smoke down. Don't think he's going to make much work of this round.
Yeah, Black Jelly's got a lot of work now. I mean, even if you can take 1 or possibly 2 with him, it's still, it stops the T's economy from building that much. There's the first, but doesn't actually manage to pick up the second. Although, forcing Exy to rebuy there.
Hype will be happy with that, though. I mean, for the most part, they did have SMGs. Or at least they were the ones that are getting most of the frags. So with the SMG money bonus, that's really going to set them up well. I mean, you can see Barl in this instance has over $7,000. Iron has over $6,000 himself. So with the CTs having to eco again now, they're in a great financial position. And T-side Inferno, what a better time to do it. It's probably the hardest side of all the maps. But CT's quite aggressive in this instance. 3 of them pushing down mid with grenades. It's not going to be enough, though. Without armor, they will get taken down. So good recovery by Iron and some of his teammates there. Iron does get a triple, but all left up to TFM in this instance. Quite pedestrian for the T's at this point.
Iron just mowing them down as they ran down mid. I mean, CT's had the right idea, but the firepower of the Mac 10, I'm surprised he actually picked up 2 kills. I find that gun very hard to use, but Iron obviously has a grasp on it, and yeah, made it work for him there.
See, this sort of aggression from the CTs we've been seeing a lot as well in CGA, and sadly it hasn't been working. You'll see them push down Banana and either get naded or just get absolutely mowed down, where, that there looked as if it was going to work, but Iron, as you say, just recovering it very well for his team.
It's interesting, we've seen a few aggressive plays, like that last game, where, the CTs dominated the T's, stamping their foot down and pushing them almost every single round, and it can work. But I don't think the aggressive eco push works very often, especially against a team that's as well prepared as Hype. They're not going to fall for it, I don't think. T-side have opted to split and pick for this round, sending 2 players second mid, 1 in mid just holding Chicken Pit, and 2 up Nana looking for that early pick. Black Jelly is playing that cheeky position under the hut though at Nana, and he has heard EXE, so he's going to be aware that they are close, and he will peek out and pick up 1. Bile does trade though, but he is very, very low down to 6. A nade there would have finished him off. He's lucky to get away. Bomb heads back down mid towards A, I think.
going to be interesting to see what the T's can actually... Wow, as I say that, Bol interrupts with a nice headshot into TFM, actually giving them B bomb site, but Bol just showing sort of the discipline just to hold off, wait for his teammates to get close, that if he does need to be traded out, he can.
Yeah, I'm surprised TFM actually conceded that frag. He pushed in, and I mean, Bol was only on 6 HP, and he still picked up the frag. Pretty impressive. But the T's are working their way up mid, and they have got the pick and digs. Arik going down to Iron. Smokes and nades now inside, trying to push those players out, but no one in pit. Shunks and IG rotating over now. Both in jungle side, a great pick with the AWP around the edge of smoke there by Shunks, and he's looking for the head of Martha Stewart, but Martha backs away very cleverly. He knows the AWP's there, and he's not going to give him the pick.
Bol again, picking up another. Bol with a 3k, getting 2 while on 6 HP. Just, you know, being the player that he is, just doing work for his team there, just making it a very comfortable round.
Great frags in the end by Bol, like you're saying. I think, though, that decision by TFM, once he'd already lost his teammate there in B, to almost flash and push out quite aggressively on his own, it was a giant misplay.
Yeah.
Banana, I mean, you've already lost a member. It would be much better in that sort of instance to just consolidate the sites. You do have Molotovs and other utilities. We do see Iron miss an AWP shot or two, but CT's on income in this instance, but far too aggressive play in that instance. It would have been far better off just to hold back into the site. Of course, easier said in hindsight, but I think that he'll be questioning his decision now. But CT's having to eco in this instance. But crucially for them, it's just giving the T so many rounds. And like you guys pointed out beforehand, Inferno T side is really one of the most difficult to play with. So the CTs are going to be kicking themselves at this point that they've given the Ts this many rounds already.
Definitely. TFM has done some great damage with that Deagle, though. He's actually taken Silex and EXE down to 7 and 4. And I'm not sure if he tagged Iron as well, but I have a feeling he did. So he's definitely making up for that last round mistake. And I think the CTs are in with a great chance to win this now. But with that said, they have actually rotated off B, and the T-push is coming in up Nana. There's actually no one on site to defend this.
This is, again, a great read by Hype to actually realise that the CTs are on A site. Let's push towards B and getting themselves a free site now.
The T's are going to attempt to retake this, but they do have a good bit of work against them. IG takes out Iron, and EXE does trade out. Now, 2 CTs working in from Con, sorry. Silex does hold Nana, and Bol takes down TFM. Black Jelly and Arik, the last 2 alive, up against 3. Up against 4, I'm sorry. I thought EXE was dead, but he definitely is now. Arik landing that 5-7 headshot. And a second onto Silex. Black Jelly actually taking down Bol. And that almost looked doable. Arik will make his way off with an AWP though. So not a bad eco for CTs there.
Looked at the money though on the T side. So as we move into this next gun round, you can see that the CTs, after they've bought up, they're strapped for cash. They've got barely any money left over after they finish buying their grenades. Whereas the T side, they're balling in cash at this point. They've got over 10k in some instances. So they'll be loving this. It's very important for the CTs that they not just win the round, but win it quite convincingly. Obviously, a lot easier said than done, but with Bal dropping Shunks and Banana, he's not annulled at this point, but there are 2 more in the B, so CT is quite banana at the beginning of the round. But that's just the start that the CTs would not have wanted to give up an easy frag. I think the stats go that if you get the first frag, you go on to win 3 out of every 4 rounds, so 75%. Wow. And they've actually got themselves a second, making a third and it does drop Ari in the carpets as well, so very, very quickly they will move into the A side, and this is their round to lose in a 5-on-2 situation.
Yeah, just an incredible opening there by Iron. I mean, picking up 2 and 3. He's really just opened the site single-handedly. Don't know what the CTs were doing there, but they certainly were not watching out for Iron's sharp aim. And they will pay the price for that. Black Jelly and TFM, the last 2 CTs alive, and I don't think... Is that Black Jelly on B? He's just holding Fountain here. I don't think he even wants to go for this as TFM goes down the Bal, and Black Jelly will be looking to hold on to that M4. I think he is aware, though, that EXE is Nana. Oh, but EXE,
what a shot.
With that peak, he's just too quick for him. Black Jelly does go down, and Hype, 6 rounds to 1.
From the T side up.
That's an incredible start to Inferno.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, when you got entries like what Iron's been doing, it just makes it easy for your team. I mean, we've seen Bol do that in another round, pick up 3k. Iron going straight in and doing work. Again, as you said, PK, the economy on the CT side is crippled at this point. Since that first round, you know, when they got eco'd by Hype, they've not been able to recover very comfortably.
Definitely, and they've even forced bought in this round. You can see for some that's meant they've got, well, it's an AWP now as he picks up one off the dead body, but pistols on some members. Ari does have an Ozcolt, but it's very much a shambles at this point. But you see members trying to almost go solo at this point. The first member in Shunks dropped at the top of mid on his own. They just don't seem to be working together very well at this point in time. I hope for their sake that they can turn things around. Team's very intent at this stage early on in the round to move up and at least push the CTs back. So they've taken control of pillars. There are 3 members there with the bomb, with 1 in apartments with panic, that is. And they're just sussing out A at this point. There is still 1 member back at B, just making sure no one's rotating. I think they're just biding themselves time before they do attack A. I expect any second now the call will be made.
Him does get spawned down a bit there, but Arthur Stewart jumps out of carpets and takes him down. IG on site with a nice op shot onto Iron. XC will trade though. And again, these 2 CTs, Black Jelly and Arik. That's a retake, and Black Jelly going down to Bal. That AK is so deadly in his hands, and I don't know if Arik's going to go for this. I mean, C2's economy at this point is absolutely shot to pieces. They are going to get the bonus for Blue Shell, but yeah, at this point, I don't know what they can do to change it up. It seems like T's are almost walking into sites, and look at the money on the T side. They had 3 players on 15k there before the buy. It's ridiculous.
When you've got an economy like this, you've somewhat already won the game, you know, won the half, because of the fact that if you do get eco'd or do die now and they do concede another round, they can just rebuy again comfortably and round after that. Yeah, they're in a very comfortable position right now, and to them, they just want to go in and get frags now. I mean, looking at the way Bal's just playing this aggression, and he gets 1. Iron picks up 2.
Yeah, that was a nice trading coverage there. Black Jelly actually finds Iron in Boiler and sprays through smoke to take down Panic. But he is the last player again, Black Jelly. He's been in this situation so many times already, and I kind of feel bad for him.
Wow. Crucially, look at this, the bomb. He wasn't to know it, but the bomb was actually in pits or in carpets on his own there, and whilst, he had the opportunity potentially if he'd taken that down to secure the bomb with 2 remaining CTs at B, but I guess he's actually made the incorrect call to rotate towards B in this instance, actually giving up the A site, but you can't help but think what could have been. The bomb was there trapped on its own.
Yeah, he could have made a huge play there, but I think picking up 2 and picking up the AK, he's going to be happy with that. He's got full armor, 5.7 and a nade it looks like, but with that said, it does look like he's actually peeking and he wants to go for this. Although he's working around from behind, and I don't know if Black Jelly is aware of that. He could get caught off guard here.
Bal's actually made his way off the B, and Black Jelly does pick up 1 onto XE, but running away to actually sweep, and he might actually end up meeting up with Bal now. Should see him. Actually, no, he doesn't. Saving in Cubby.
Yeah, I think he did know that Bal was there, because he did look to Archers before, and then looked to it again, actually avoiding CT there. So perhaps having an inkling that Bal had pushed through to CT, I don't know. But nice play there by Black Jelly.
Definitely. Just wanted to check that. Could you update the title as well, Caps? I just checked. Quick look at that. Realised Nightbot's not around, so none of the moderators are actually able to update it there. But sort of, you know, the CT side going into their T side, their mindset's going to be a little all over the place. Regardless of, you know, as they stated, they don't practice together as a team. Their individual mindsets will be sort of in tatters a little bit with sort of what Hype are doing is just destroying them, really.
I think so, and if you needed a better indication, just look at what weapons they've bought. There's actually 3 CTs with AWPs now.
Yeah.
Inferno's probably the hardest map to spawn as a CT with 1. Now, 2's twice as bad. With 3, the team's almost completely lost the plot at this point in time, and I hate to say that for these guys.
Yeah.
3 AWPs is never going to work for you, at least in the financial game as well, because if you can somehow win a round with 3 AWPs, you're very rarely going to be able to afford to keep buying that round in and round out. I think the guys are almost going solo at this point in time and really just almost self-imploding. Stepping the T's just complete control of the map, and doesn't matter where they go at this point, they're just winning all the aim duels.
Yeah. You know, and this is a thing I brought up with Caps in the early stages of CJ casting was you could actually watch a team's mentality break down as the game is happening, as the aim duels are taking place. But as we say that, the CTs do pick up 3 and leave themselves in a 4v2 now. And Martha Stewart left in a 1v4. What a round turnaround.
A surprising turnaround there. I would not have expected that triple AWP setup to work, but somehow the CTs make it work for them. And I mean, we were just talking about how it wasn't going to. Perhaps this is the only team that can pull that off. I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean, the fact that they won that round is great for them. And I hope for their sake that they can string two together. But I think if you're looking at the long run and the bigger picture sort of stuff, I think it's a questionable way to be able to move forward. But Shunks, there does pick up Bar at the bottom of mid. No flashes or anything there to protect himself, but moving quite quickly up onto A, and there's only two defenders here, so a lot of pressure on Shunks and his teammate there over in pit, but he drops the second. He suspects that there's another one wrapping A, and does pick up Silex as well, so big triple kill for him. Only two CTs at A was so important that he does step up huge, and great job by Shunks there, leaving it all up to EXE.
Oh, that nade.
And a nade as well.
4K, wow. Off the backboard, straight into the lap.
I mean, I hate to say it, boys, but they're kind of proving us wrong here. The triple AWP setup is working.
To a point. I mean, we could see it change very drastically now.
That's true.
What we might see from or what I'd like to see Hype do now is just go for a full aggressive push. You know, take the loss in a player and trade out that AWP. Get that AWP down on at least one or two of them.
Wow.
Which is what we see
Panic with
now.
a great two opening picks there, just catching the CTs off guard. Silex pushing up carpets and finding TFM, and this B side is completely open for them right now. There's only Shunks in CT with that AWP, but that economical damage on CT side, is it going to hurt them in the long run?
Oh, definitely. That AWP will affect them because of the fact that they've won the last round as well. It's reset their blue shell bonus, so they're back to square one. They'll likely buy going to the next, and the round after that, they'll likely be eco if they do lose.
You know, it's funny. Black Jelly says that I actually got an Avast pop up as well. So, yeah, bit of bad timing there from Avast, but never mind. So CT's now 3 for 9, and I'm just seemingly running away with this game. I have my concerns for F4F when they swap over to T. They're going to have a tough time. If Hype played this well on CT, yeah, it could be a very fast first map.
Great little double stack there, actually. They're looking above the smoke, so some nice teamwork there in Banana. As Iron picks off one in apartments, they can't do any wrong at this point, but it's quite strange to see the CTs persisting, playing 3B at the start of every round. Really, I think they're trying to just counteract and take control of Banana, but it's not working for them as the T's now in control of Banana. Val does manage to spam down Hari as well. The muzzle will fire through the smoke, so if they can move very quickly into B now, they'll have complete control, but I'm not sure what they're doing. They're almost second-guessing themselves, and they've been way too slow to pounce on this side. What are they doing? They're now walking in, but by this point in time, you can see that Shunks has rotated over there, and he's not able to put up some resistance. They still haven't taken the site. There's 30 seconds left. What are they doing? Use your smokes, boys. Take the site.
Yeah, we've seen that multiple times where, you know, they've got the picks. Multiple teams have gotten picks on B, but just being unaware of the CT's position. And I think perhaps Hype Gaming thought that there was another CT on site, and that's why they were so hesitant. But, you know, with a different team, that could have possibly cost them the round. Sure, they do have, you know, a 4v1 situation now, but that slow play... Oh my god, as I say that, IG with the double spray down through smoke. And all of a sudden, IG seems with an actual chance to win this.
But Martha Stewart, being an experienced as she is, she does pick up the kill.
that could have been a comeback. I mean, if he had won that, that would have been a highlight play for sure.
Again, something I always like to point out is that a lot of teams seem to base decision-making on, or mid-round decision-making based on the outcome of the result. In this case, yes, they were very hesitant to take B, but they still won the round. Thus it must have been a good decision. But yeah, I think that's the wrong way to look at it. I think in that case, you're right. Other teams potentially, as we do see an aggressive B push takes down too, but other teams, or in other circumstances, that might not have worked out for them. So I think in that case, they were lucky to get away with it. I think they need to just be backing themselves a bit more. But as it is, off the back of this B aggression, they have moved quite quickly to A.
That's an interesting point to make, and I think, you know, a good in-game leader would recognise that, and you know, probably adapt to the situation where he would think, yeah, we didn't push it fast enough, and perhaps, you know, we were a bit slow, and in a different situation we could have lost the round there. But I think like I said, that's just good in-game leading. Someone's going to recognise that.
Just to touch on the point, the fact of why they play, or why I think they actually played that B play so slow, was because of the fact of Man from Malta in that first pistol round. That would have been playing in their heads. That almost actually cost him that opening pistol. Actually, sorry, it did cost him that opening pistol when he was in the dark area, and you saw their molly and naded dark area before fully committing to sight. So, in a way, it is somewhat of a good call on Hype's part to be weary of that play, but as you say, PK, they were a lot slower than they should have been.
So last round of the first half here, and Hype with a commanding lead at the moment on this T side, 3-11. And I have a feeling we're going to see a 12-3 half with that nade from Martha Stewart landing perfectly. A little bit of damage from Bale. Bale actually pushing through the smoke as Arik pop flashed out. And I think Arik's going to be like, you weren't white, but the flash actually landing behind Bale. So T-Side have taken this B with minimal damage. In fact, the only damage come out on Bale, and I think that was from a grenade hit possibly? I'm not sure. 2 hit points. Dunks, Black Jelly, and TFM now trying to work their way in. TFM will go into con, but he is walking into a trap there. Does take down EXE. Bale from behind though, and Silex taking down Black Jelly. As the molly goes down, Silex actually mollying his teammates there. And Shanks picking up a kill, but does go down to Bale, and a commanding half from Hype, 12-3 in the first map of the best of 3.
Yeah, they're going to be so pumped with that. I mean, I know we mentioned perhaps that leading up to this match that their consistency hadn't been where they'd liked it to be, but getting 12 rounds on the T side of Inferno is just going to buff up their confidence so much so. So they'll be really in a good place at this point in time, and it's going to be ever so difficult. I mean, obviously it goes without saying, but ever so difficult for F4F to climb their way back into this.
Just to touch on a point that actually just got corrected by one of my friends on Steam, that TFM is actually TFM. It's not Man from Malta, as I thought it was.
Oh, okay.
So, my mistake, guys. I do apologise.
CT's going super aggressive down Nana here. Black Jelly does pick up one, but Martha Stewart trades out. And I think the T's, if they do push out fast on Carps here, they are going to take this site very convincingly. There is one player on site, but he is very, very low, and TFM finds his head with the Glock. Does go down Planet for Apps as the rest of the CTs push up mid. They've actually sent one back through CT to push in from Arch side as Martha Stewart finds the head, and Silex takes down IG as well. Martha Stewart turning around and taking down Shanks and Jungle. And TFM is left all alone on site, getting pushed from different angles now, and he will go down. A great retake from CTs there.
That round falling apart for the T side there.
Yeah, they look so strong, and I mean, the two players in mid really just won them the round there. 80%, so Martha actually picking up a 4K.
Wow. Just Martha Stewart actually, proving, or should I say, Pan 1000, actually proving the experience that he has got, in his ability, being an X1.6 player. And, these guys, just the chemistry on Hype is 100% visible now. Just the guys just are having fun playing together. It is nice to see.
Yeah, that's definitely when you play your best. I mean, if you can have fun, you're always gonna play well. It's when you get those those negative thoughts in your head or whatnot, you start to doubt yourself and you start to miss those shots, and it slowly gets worse and it can snowball out of control. But at the moment, Hype look like they're having a ball. I mean, but their gameplay right now is phenomenal.
Yeah, definitely.
He's going for a bit of a split and pick here. Arik making his way up mid into smoke. I'm not sure what he was doing up there by himself, but he does go down with that MP9 of Silex. And it looks like Silex might actually pick up a second here. He just whiffs his shot a little bit. IG able to get away down to 71 as TFM takes down EXE and Nana. And it looks like the push is on into B, and the T's have actually taken this site with minimal losses. TFM down to 16. But with the bomb planted, the CT's are forced to retake this. Black Jelly in con does take down Iron as well as he pushes through that molly, and I think he might pick up a second. Martha Stewart all alone now in a 1v3.
This will be a very, very big job for Martha Stewart now to actually clutch this round. Bombing down for a little bit. Actually, looks like Martha Stewart is electing to actually try and hold on to this weapon, which is a good call.
yeah, at this point, the CT's economy is looking pretty shabby. And, I mean, the kills are going to help, but I think most of his team is going to be forced onto an eco here. Martha Stewart does pick up 2, though, on exit frags, and he'll be sitting pretty on 2.3k.
Yeah, they're going to be kicking themselves, I think, the fact that they've been ecoed. I mean, if they look at the bigger pictures, they're still in great shape, but for these guys at the moment, they would have liked to have just been able to close out this match quite quickly and then move on to the next map being Cobble, but the fact that they're now having to eco, I mean, they have full bought everything they can off the back of Panic saving that M4A1S, so it does mean pistols and armour in the hands of all the remaining 4 players, so don't count them out just yet. It is quite strong, but they will be kicking themselves.
Yeah, dropping rounds like that is kind of unnecessary. I mean, they should have recognised that the eco push would have come in from T-side. I mean, it doesn't pay to play it slow on an eco, really. You just need to overwhelm the CTs if you can. But, yeah, just getting a little unlucky there and caught out, perhaps, on the aggression of the Ts. Well, the first engagement will come up into Nana. Black Jelly actually going down to 17 HP. He does take EXE down to 22, though. I'm sorry, that's actually at A bomb site. And the T's electing to play this one very slowly. In fact, IG does find the head of Silex as he pushes into Boiler. Panic with that M4 is on B, but instead elects to rotate back towards A, and it looks like that might be the right call at the moment. TFM pushes into B recklessly, though, and finds 2. And little do they know they have taken control of this B bomb site. Panic now in a 1v4. And somewhat trapped in jungle. He will go down to Black Jelly. And Terror starting to make a little bit of a comeback here and building that economy.
Yeah, it's strange to see the turn of events now. I mean, I don't know. Look, Hype just need to work up this momentum again and actually win these last few rounds to secure this map for themselves.
Yeah, it can be difficult sometimes to close it out. We've seen a few teams, you know, stumble and fall at the last couple of rounds, the hurdle that no one can seem to cross. But yeah, I think Hype have got what it takes to come back from this. And, you know, they're probably going to lose this eco, let's be honest. But in the next round, I think we'll see them bring it back.
Yeah, I mean, the guys, they know they're on the verge now, so they're in no rush to sort of force buy. They're just biding their time. They've deliberately, I mean, a couple of them could afford to buy pistols, but at this point they're just hoping for a frag or 2. They're not really trying or expecting to win this round, more likely. Definitely trying, but not expecting. But looks like a mid to B split's been called here, but there are 2 CTs there in the middle of the B sites, and Bale does drop one of the Ts there, so they might be walking into a bit of a death trap if these guys can get their aim on point, but no, they do eventually fall, and the B side is conceded. We'll left that to Panic and Silex at this point in time. But Panic just waiting behind the smoke. But have a look at the scoreboard there as we see Panic does get taken down. He's been going absolutely huge so far for the CTs at this point for Hype. He's dropped 24 frags in what's been 18, soon to be 19 rounds. He's actually been leading the charge for those guys. Yeah, on point.
Definitely. He's keeping the morale up as well, saying, guys, look, if you feel like you're being out-aimed, look what I'm doing, you know. He can use his kills as an example for them to sort of build on their own momentum again and get back onto the right foot.
Yeah, I think that's probably why he changed his name as well. I don't think he wanted to be recognised as Martha Stewart there on stream. He's actually changed it back to Panic, which is nice. Yeah. But nevertheless, CTs will be full board up now. A little bit lacking in the nade department, but nevertheless, the M4s are going to make the difference, I think, and we will see, hopefully, Hype come out with a round win here.
Again, this is heavy slow play coming out from the T side, not wanting to give anything to Hype to allow them to actually make a frag and sort of turn it into their favour.
Yeah, CT is also electing to play this one passive. We're not seeing any Nana pushes or anything, so I think that's going to work out for them. It does look like there are 2 Ts in Nana, and the Ts again playing this split and pick position. Bomb hanging around second mid while 2 of the players head up Nana, 1 up mid, one in Boiler, looking for early picks and really just trying to capitalise on it. But with that said, they do actually push up mid through the smoke. GN lands a shot as Silent takes down IG in digs. Chunks does get the trade though, but EXE is heading back around and he is going to catch him on Speedway, finding his head, and that is the bomb dropped on Speedway in full CT control. The other 2 Ts, Black Jelly and TFM are going to push their way into B, but really with not much hope of winning this round right now. It's completely surrounded on all sides.
That's That's right, it's down to a 1-4 situation. And like you said, he is surrounded. As soon as he does shoot his gun, which he's done so now, he's going to give up his positions. As expected, it does go down, and crucially, it puts Hype up to 14 rounds. So they're on the verge now of map point. Because it was, I mean, they've had a bit of trouble so far. If we look, that's the first time they've won in 4 rounds. Their economy is quite low still, so they'll be sharing the guns around at this point and trying to make sure that everyone's got the right equipment and right utility so that they can really close out this match as they probably should. They've definitely been the stronger of the two teams at this point in time. And as we do see, they all have managed to buy at this point. Oh. And unfortunately, the map's just changed the cobble.
Have they elected to change early, or is that a GoTV lag situation?
I think so. Unfortunately, guys, I think they've changed the map early on us.
Same thing actually happened. Yeah. Same thing happened to you guys in your cast as well. Trying to get through the last round, and boom!
Wow.
Yeah, I